Hello everybody, welcome to my painting time. Today I'm going to share with you some little tips and tricks to make your paintings more alive, more spontaneous, and to enjoy actually those mistakes which you made. How to turn those mistakes into part of your paintings. Let's get started. So I have this space reserved for the last tip. I hope you watched my previous tutorials where I showed watercolor tips and tricks for you as well already. When I think about flowers in bloom, I feel the aroma. I remember those blossoms, those pink blossoms while I was live in China, and I wanted to portray them. I want the viewer to feel this perfume by watching, by looking at the painting. I want a sense of life. I want spontaneity. I want this breeze, this wind, which brings this perfume. And you feel the aroma of sakura, even don't come into the park and see them yet. When beginners started to paint a sakura tree, they painted an outline, like a cartoon, another blossom stem, and one more, like this. And they started to fill with the pigments. Maybe add more water, more light pigment. And actually, you have difficult work by trying not to connect them, because once you connect them, you're afraid of this flow happening, because you don't know how it will look like at the end when the paper dries, and how to fix those mistakes, those unwanted features. So this is a fragment of sakura tree in blossom. And right now I wanted to show you a different way of painting. This is a brush. I filled it with clear water, lots of water. I can apply tissue to absorb these drops. I don't want them. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to wet paper with spontaneous brush marks. Yes, I'm going to be using wet on wet technique. And then I took another brush. I fill it with pink. And I do like this. It doesn't flow because it might be applied on a dry area. So I'm looking for wet section. Hmm, seems like my water already dry. Let's try again. More water, please. So I wet. This section more with more water. And apply pigment. Look what happened. This is why you should add more water than you think. And you need more practice. Because each paper, each room temperature gonna to influence on the final result and on a flow. And right now I make step back and I watch by the flow. It's very relaxing time actually. Imagine this is your problems and you get rid of them with water. Look by those spills and flows and imagine how your problems disappear. They flow and washed away by water. Maybe add more pigment in some places. And you can manage this flow by turning paper at an angle like this, and colors started to flow into another direction. I have those spills, these puddles of water. I might be using a tissue and absorb it with the tissue. I might take a dry brush and absorb it with the brush, right? But I will do opposite. I'm going to use this water. I turn my paper upside down and I let this water to flow into this area. I hope you already see the difference between the low rod and a top rod. So this is the end of Spring Sakura series of my watercolor tips. This is Magnolia actually. My spring series. Let me know which tip was your favorite, which you tried, what you get, what doesn't get. Let me know in comments below. And maybe you have more problems, please share them with me. Let me know what went wrong, how you ruin your painting. Maybe you have more questions. I'm open this spring to share with you tips and tricks and introduce you with watercolor. So I'm going to read your comments, your questions, and rely on them. And based on your questions, to create my future content for you.